why when they were crossing the half-forward line, they were looking for their forwards, whereas Bannockburn tend to blaze it away long. That only helped the Belpost Hill defence out by punching it away from Shane Andrews, and also when the captain, Stephen Winter, was at centre-half forward. But certainly their on-ballers need to pick their work rate up, and I think they're quite capable of doing that, and I'm quite sure that Stephen Winter would have mentioned that to them a quarter time. We've seen Stephen Winter go onto the ball on this occasion. Corey Flanagan's still there, as is Troy Colliger and Peter Moore, and Brett Feldman's actually gone onto the ball for the Belpost Hill side.
So Belpost Hill with a 16-point lead at quarter time, and we'll be trying to build on that in the early stages of this second term.
And Shane Andrews has gone to centre-half forward, has he? No, that's Butch Shaw.
Butch Shaw's at centre-half forward. There, Cook running through the middle for Belpost Hill from the half-back flank, as he did in the first term.
You certainly would be manning him up, wouldn't you?
Well, Delahunt will get him at the other end. Start of the second term, umpire Armstrong will put the ball down, and it favours Moore, who has to sit and wait, but he gets a good thump too. Butch Shaw running from centre forward, good pick up, and gets around on that favoured left boot, long towards Andrews against Hancock. Hancock did very well to get in front there. Rode by Clinton Shaw, can handball it back towards Andrews, but elects to kick short with his left boot. Pilgrim couldn't pick it up, or handball. Is it going to fall towards O'Keefe? And sure it is, but it's been tapped through for one behind to Bannockburn.
GDFL Bingo Centre scoreboard here for the second quarter at Victoria Park. Bannockburn 1-5-11, trailing Belpost Hill 4-2-26. Ball to be brought back in by Mickey Matchevic for the Belpost Hill side. Drives it out to the half-back flank and finds his teammate out there in Christian Sakuta. At centre half-back, standing the mark is Clinton Shaw. Christian Sakuta elects to go to the centre of the ground towards Lewis. Up in front was Lewis, but punched away on that occasion by Nathan Rose. Comes back down towards Sean Lewis. He can't get control of the footy at this occasion, but he's leading in the race for the ball. Hotly in pursuit there was Darren Rowett, but the ball bounced over the boundary line before Sean Lewis could pick it up and will be thrown in on centre wing here at Victoria Park. 26 plays 11, 15 points the margin. We've been playing about 1.5 minutes of this second quarter. Mark Moore gets the tap down on that occasion, but not an effective one. Goes down to Colliger, tapped over the shoulder on that occasion, and Troy Colliger will take the free kick for his side on centre wing. Troy Colliger looking to give the ball off. Sees a lead from his teammates up centre half forward in Ronnie Pilgrim. Ronnie Pilgrim leads in the race. Doesn't take the possession of the footy though on that occasion. It coming in and picking up the ball there was the Belpost Hill defensive Wall. Wall's got the footy now. Well, a wild handball towards the wing. Only goes to Colliger though. Colliger puts it on hurriedly onto his boot. Up there goes Troy Shaw. Backs into the pack there. Comes down to ground now with Stephen Winter leads in the race. Can't get control of the footy either. But Troy Shaw pushes it over the boundary line and will be thrown in on the half-forward line, about 50 metres around from the Bannockburn goal.
Moore and Moranovic do the ruck work. Thrown in now over the back. Moore gets his fist to it. Sveljak in front can't pick it up on this occasion. Troy Shaw over the top can't pick it up either. Sveljak worked hard, threw it up in the air. Troy Shaw ran back with the flight of the ball, then picked it up and was tackled. Martin gets a handball out. Rowell gets one high, then he gets another one high, and he will get the free kick for the second one. Darren Rowell against Brad Martin there. Handballs off to Paul Smith. Smith switches play, goes across the ground. Clinton Shaw against McClure. Shaw worked well there. Flight of the ball, plays on, across centre half forward, poor kick off the boot. David Wall attacks the ball, can't take it with him. Hancock's there, Cameron Carr. Wall gets back first, can switch the play out towards the wing. Nathan Lewis sitting and waiting. He taps it out to his own advantage. He's got support there with McClure. Got time to set something up. Oh, just kicks, blazes away again. Tommy Jurek has to run back with it now. Goes back with Hewitt. It's at half forward. Good play by Hewitt. Handball though. Back to Shaw. And in fact, it was Delahunt out there towards Nathan Rose. Little left foot kicks good. Christian Shaw's there. Butch takes the mark on hands and knees. Plays on quickly. Matty East always seems to have time to do something with the ball. He does so now. Left boot, poor kick. David Wall across centre half back. Dropped it again. He did a second time in a minute. Goes across the ground. Osborne wrapped up by Rowell. Dropped the ball. Free kick. Too slow there, Brett Osborne. And Darren Rowell, who's injected a bit of life into this Bannockburn forward line, will take the free kick about 40. He's got a lead on, and it's coming from Andrews. Goes out there. Can't take the mark. Roving. Hancock's there. McClure's also there. They bottle up Belpost Hill. Good work their defence. That's going to be a ball up about 25 metres out from the Tigers' goal.
A lot of the players on the Bannockburn half-forward line are just standing there letting Shane Andrews do all the leading, and rather than creating some options themselves. Ball tapped down there on that occasion by the Belpost Hill ruckman, who's running straight down to the Belpost Hills players, snapped by Clinton Shaw out of that pack, and a great goal there by Clinton Shaw as it was tapped down to him on that occasion by the big ruckman for the Belpost Hill side in Vid Marinovic. And Clinton Shaw made no mistake in putting it onto his boot. No one was in the goal square, and it went through for a goal for the Bannockburn side. And the On the GDFL Bingo Centre scoreboard, Bannockburn 2-5-17, 9 points in arrears of Bellpost Hill of 4-2-26.
Yep, so 9 points of difference, and we've been going 3.5 minutes in this second quarter here at Victoria Park GDFL Match of the Day, round 15. The Panthers and the Tigers. Umpire Flowers has the ball back in the centre. Moore and Moranovic favours Moranovic, sitting away. Going up there with him was Flanagan. Sveljak again going to get wrapped up by Shaw. Gets his kick away towards half forward. Running at it, Wentworth. Good thump away. Troy Colliger can't pick it up. Pressure from Martin. Handball to Osborne. Too slick for him. Sean Lewis runs straight through. The youngster's done very well. He gets around Flanagan, then goes with his right boot back towards centre half forward. Running back there was Delahunt. Pushed out of the play was Matty East. In there also there was Nathan Lewis and Jurek. Nathan Lewis keeps his feet. Then Wentworth comes across and does very well to bottle up the play for Bannockburn. And the umpire will come in and bounce the ball just inside 50 for Bellpost Hill.
Yeah, Bannockburn going in a little bit harder this quarter, which I think they needed to, but certainly they would have been revved up at quarter time by their coach in Stephen Winter, because they weren't attacking the footy hard enough. Ball bounced down, up they go. Tapped down on that occasion by Moore. Moore gets kicked off the ground there by Henderson. Is it on half back now? Directs it out, but no one's there in particular for his side, and it dribbles over the boundary line before Tommy Sveljak could actually gain control of the footy and will be thrown in. Midway between the centre wing and half-forward flank for the Bellpost Hill side on the outer side of the ground. Sveljak in front, tries to knock the ball down, but comes down on this occasion, kicked off the ground there by Moranovic, up to the half-forward line for the Bellpost Hill side. Wentworth gets control of it, handballs it towards the boundary line. It's picked up by Tommy Bartolo now. He puts it onto his right boot, drives it right deep into the goal line for the Bellpost Hill side, but off the hands of the pack and dribbles across the line for only 1 point to the Bellpost Hill team.
So Bellpost Hill's third behind. They go to 4-3-27. And Bannockburn 2-5-17 on the GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard.
The kick in by Paul Smith was a poor one, as they'd only found Brett Osborne at half back, and he directed the ball across, and now Feldman's got the ball at centre half forward for his side. A poor kick there by Phil Smith in kicking out for the Bannockburn side. But Brett Feldman's got the ball. He's about 50. He'll kick from about 50 metres out on a very slight angle here. Coming in, lines them up. Right into the teeth of goal. The players set themselves up in front. There was the big fella there in right. He got the footy onto his boot, but only went through for a point, and off a snapshot there, and only 1 point for the Bellpost Hill side.
So they go to 4-4-28, and they lead Bannockburn 2-5-17, 11 points of difference, 1 goal, 2 for David White this afternoon at full forward. That's the GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard. We've been going 6 minutes in this second quarter. Paul Smith receives the mark from a Delahunt kick in there. Tries to measure it towards Flanagan. Good kick to Paul Smith. Finds Flanagan at half-back grandstand side. Short little kick by him to Matty East. Midfield starting to come into it a little bit for Bannockburn here. Can switch play to winner. Goes further afield towards centre half forward. Colliger. Good play. Stood his ground. Got a push in the back. No free kick. Scooter a little tap off the ground. Sveljak running through. Was always going to try and kick it off the ground. Oh, then taken out of the play Matty East. He's got support though. Stephen Winner. Getting back there. Andrews in front. Hancock push. No free kick. Shaw roved again. Then tripped. No free kick. He gets up again. Handball. Out to nobody. Ronnie Pilgrim's there. He runs straight through as he usually does. Handball towards Roworth. Has to sit and wait. Matchovic came back. Good defence. Can kick it around the boundary towards Brad Martin. Can he make up the ground? Yes, he can, but then he gets a bad bounce. Pilgrim runs straight through for the man, not the player. Cameron Carr's there. Moore also the big ruck and gets one high. Good tap out to Ronnie Pilgrim. They can set something up. Throw towards Flanagan. Gets his right boot to it. Standing and waiting. 3 Bellpost Hill players, and one of them is David Wall. Wall in the last line defence. The captain of the Panthers goes wide to Sean Lewis and Nathan Rose. Good tap away, Nathan Rose. And they've had a pretty good duel so far this afternoon, those two youngsters. It's going to be a boundary thrown at half forward for the Bannockburn side.
Moore's got the front position. Moranovic climbs over the top, knocks it down, but only went to Matthew East. Comes out now to the Bellpost Hill run of Brett Feldman, where he's got the footy. Handballs it over to his teammate there, running through in Lewis. Lewis directs the ball straight up to the full forward region, but no one in the full forward area there for the Bellpost Hill side, and taking a mark is Broad. Broad handballs out to the half. To the back pocket there, sees his player there in Delahunt. He directs the ball now across the centre half back and finds Phil Smith at centre half back. He elects to play on quickly, no one standing the mark. Directs the ball to centre wing position looking for Roworth. Roworth over the back of the pack, takes a mark, handballs it over to Flanagan. The ball bounces unkindly for Flanagan on that occasion, and he gets a hand to it before it could bounce over his head and slaps it towards the boundary line and will be thrown in on centre wing, members side of the ground. 28 plays 17. Bellpost Hill holding a lead at this stage. Moore gets the tap down. It only goes down to Sveljak. Sveljak Can't get the ball out to his teammates on that occasion. Flanagan dives in over the top to hold the ball underneath him before Tommy Speljack could get the ball out, and the umpire says, give it to me and I'll bounce it up. Centre wing position here at Victoria Park. 28 plays 17. Bounce down, up they go. Moore gets a tap down on that occasion. Hurried kick off the boot there of Flanagan up to the half-forward line for Bannockburn. Players from both sides going in hard at ground level. Can't gain control again. Pushing in the ball, and underneath the pack there was Matthew East, the Moose for the Bannockburn side, but he couldn't get it out to any of his teammates as the ball was held in by Brett Osborne and a few other teammates of his side, and the umpire will once again forced to bounce the ball at half-forward line for the Bannockburn side.
Moore gets a tap down. Another pack develops with Corey Flanagan and also Brad Martin in there. So the umpire will come in and bounce the ball again. We've been going 9 minutes in this second quarter. And the home side still trail 2-5-17. Bell Post still 4-4-28. They're in front by 11 points. Bounce down Moore and Moranovic gets it. Sveljak quick kick out of mid-air. It's going to be out of bounds on the full. And a free kick to Bannockburn is going to be taken by Darren Rowth at half forward. So he's livened up the forward line a bit since coming onto the ground, Rowth. Started on the bench with Paul Smith. Henderson's back on the ground for Bannockburn with Angus Hewitt off the ground. Henderson went off in that first quarter with the blood rule. Just waiting for the ball to come back now to Rowth. He's got the ball. Short little kick to Colliger. Cameron Carr coming at him, but he takes the mark. Oh, could get 50 there. It was a late bump, but there's no 50-metre penalty coming. College, a little left foot kick. The lead's on. Flanagan leaves it for Andrews, but falls towards Hancock, his direct opponent. Kicks back into the centre of the ground. That's a push from Jurek. And Della Hunt will take the free kick in the centre of the ground on the cricket pitch area here at Victoria Park. Della Hunt now. Pretty crowded forward line for the Tigers. They're bottling it up well, Bell Post Hill. He goes towards the lead of Andrews again. He's got a couple against him. He pushes one out. Doesn't take the mark. Scooters there. Little kick off the ground. Flanagan threw it. Yes, he did. Free kick, Bell Post Hill. And it's going to be Cameron Carr just inside the defensive 50 to relieve the pressure for the Panthers.
Carr goes to the outer side of the ground, out there looking for Nathan Lewis, but stepping in front of him and taking a strong mark out there was Christian Shaw. Moves the ball on quickly up to looking for Flanagan. The ball goes over his head. Coming over the back was Carr. Carr can't get control of the foot. He bumped off the ball there by the Bannockburn player there in Corey Flanagan, but the ball has gone over the boundary line and will be thrown in about 30 metres around from Bannockburn's goal as we see Bell Post Hill 4-4-28 leading Bannockburn 2-5-17. And that score is on the GDFL Bingo Centre scoreboard. In front was Moore. Got the tap down that occasion. Only went down to his teammate there in Matthew Lewis, though. Comes over to Nathan Lewis on centre wing. He directs the ball up to the half-forward line, but coming across there is Phil Smith for the Bannockburn side, and he will relieve for them. Lexter switch the play to the outer side of the ground, looking for Nathan Rose and Sean Lewis over the back of the pack. Nathan Rose gets his hand to it. It goes over the back of the pack to Darren Rowth. He can't get control of the footy on this occasion. Now he does. Handballs it across to Nathan Rose. Only put him under pressure. Troy Colliger comes in, pushing his way through. Clears the ball for the Bannockburn side out to Wentworth. Wentworth give it up towards Christian Shaw. He couldn't get control of the footy. Coming in across was Brett Osborne, and he's happy to see the ball over the boundary line on centre wing here at Victoria Park.
So another boundary throw in. Moore and Moranovic, who have rucked unchanged this afternoon. We've been going 12 and a half minutes in the second quarter. Moranovic gets his left hand to it. Martin, another tap out towards Matchovic. He's surrounded by Tigers. Then he's got support. Wanting McClure, ran straight through. Little kick off the ground. Bartolo and Colliger go at it. They both push it towards the boundary line, and Stephen Winter and Osborne can't keep it in. So it's going to be another throw in. A little further around, just on the attacking side of wing for the Bannockburn Tigers. They trail 2-5-17. Bell Post Hill 4-4-28. Thrown in. Moranovic left hand again to Sveljak, but then tapped towards Winner. Can service Rowth and Osborne. Osborne's there for Bell Post. Still did very well. Support though from Clinton Shaw. Back to Winner. Oh, he runs straight through Cameron Carr without the ball. Martin's there. Oh, did he hold it in? No, he's got it out now. Winter. Handball towards Osborne and Rowth again. He's got support. Ronnie Pilgrim's there. Handball good to Moore. Then put him under pressure. And it's going to be a free kick. And it's come back there from Stephen Winner's going to get the free kick against Nathan McClure.
The retaliator always gets caught,
yeah,
they say.
Certainly does. Winter goes across the ground to east, and he takes the mark on the point of the centre square at half forward. There's not a lot on offer up the ground for him. Hancock's done very well on Andrews so far. There's another lead on from O'Keefe, and Flanagan's there also. Flanagan goes up, can't take the mark. Good tap away, Matty Lewis. Cook runs through without the ball. Scooter, little kick good to Matthew Lewis. Sits and takes the mark. Just inside the centre square. Left foot kicks up towards centre half forward. Getting back, Paul Smith takes a very good mark under pressure from Feldman. And Paul Smith takes the mark at half back.
Smith at half back. Looking for some options up across the centre for his side. Lex to go to the outer side of the ground out there towards Shaw. Christian Shaw puts the hands up over the back of the pack and takes a nice mark over the back of Nathan Lewis on that occasion. Where can they go this time, Bannockburn, as they cross the half forward line? No leads up there, but kicked up there and found Matthew East at half forward. He's about 60 metres out, though, on the outer side of the ground. He'll certainly 2 kicks away from goal here as Matthew East switches the play now. Brings it back across the centre back. They've come undone on that occasion. Comes back to Feldman. Read the play well. Takes a bounce at wing position. Sends it up to the half-forward line for the Bellpost Hillside, and leading out and taking a nice mark at ground level there was White, David White, and moves the ball on quickly now up to the half-forward line. Finds his teammate up there. Has a shot for goal in that player in Brad Martin, and he's finished off very well, but only to 1 point. It must have been touched on the last line of defence, was it?
Hit the post.
Hit the post.
Yep, just on the bottom of the post there. So
right.
Tried to screw his left boot.
Nice build up there.
Yeah, it was. Bellpost Hill 4-5-29. Bannockburn 2-5-17. GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard. Kick in by Henderson is good. Finds Matty East at half back outer side. Oh, handball. A bit unfortunate there. Comes back to Henderson at centre half back. They're just mucking around with the ball at half back. Getting back to East. Then back to Pilgrim. He's running away from Bartolo. Switching play. Good pressure there from Bellpost Hill forward line. Comes out towards Wentworth, has to sit and wait, then gets one high, then gets tripped, no free kick. Coming through, Sean Lewis has tackled Rose, pushed him off the ball. Wentworth gets it out to Flanagan, can get away from Sean Lewis, gets a Shepherd from Moore, then works back into the centre of the ground, takes a bounce, goes towards centre half forward now. Winter, Carr getting back there, over the back Andrews, uncontested, takes the mark, and he's going to be kicking from about 50.
And that's where they need to be playing Shane Andrews as a centre half forward, not at full forward, where he might have been playing a lot of his football. He's certainly a very strong marker, and they need a focal point at that position.
Coming on, Ant Stosic for Bellpost Hill, and Bartolo is off the ground. Now Andrews has come back towards the half forward flank to kick from 50. That familiar run in. It's a poor kick off the boot this time. It's not going to go towards goal. It's up there in the teeth of goal. Free kick. It's going to be a hold. It's going to go to the big man. I think Bellpost Hill's Vid Maranovic is going to take the mark, take the free kick in the last line of defence for Bellpost Hill. We've been playing 17 and a half minutes in this second quarter, and the home side still trail 2-5-17, Bellpost Hill 4-5-29. 2 goals the difference on the GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard. Maranovic will take the free kick just in front of the goals. He handballs to Nathan Lewis, who's standing right next to him. Now Lewis goes to the torpedo punt out towards half-back. Feldman went for the mark, couldn't take it. The numbers are with Bannockburn. Short little kick from Flanagan's good, and has found Troy Colliger. In fact, I think it might be Stephen O'Keefe. In fact, it's Wayne Colliger.
Wayne Colliger.
Yeah, it's Wayne Colliger. So the wingman will have a chance for goal from about 45 out, 45-degree angle, and he's kicking into just a little bit of a breeze that sprung up. So they're kicking against it in this second quarter. He goes up now.
Nice kick.
Good kick off the boot, and I think he has just missed. Yes. He has. So one behind to Wayne Colliger. 2-6-18 Bannockburn, 4-5-29 Bellpost Hill GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard.
Mickey Matchovic to bring the ball back in for the Bellpost Hill side. Lex to go straight up the middle of the ground. Up there looking for his teammate up there in Feldman. He comes in front of the pack but couldn't get his hands to the ball. Ronnie Pilgrim recovers off that pack there. He got the handball off, but not before the umpire deemed to be holding in the ball for too long, and the ball will be taken at half back there by that player there in Christian Sakuda. Directs it to the outer side of the ground. Poor kick from that player, but only finds Flanagan. Flanagan moves the ball in. Another poor kick. It goes straight up in the air from Corey Flanagan on that occasion. Nathan Lewis leads in the race for the ball, kicks it off the ground towards the boundary line, and the ball will be thrown in on from about 60 metres around from the Bannockburn goal on the outer side of the ground here at Victoria Park. Poor disposal in this game, off both hand and foot.
Yeah, a lot of pressure from Bellpost Hill on the Bannockburn side so far. Maranovic gets to the front of the pack. Bannockburn Rovers were there. Pack's still there developing, and the umpire will have to come in now and bounce the ball at half forward outer side for Bannockburn. Pressure of the Bellpost Hill midfield, and also their forward line's working very hard when the ball goes in there, not letting the Bannockburn defence link with their midfield. McClure and Moore from behind gets the tap down. Another pack develops. Umpire Armstrong will have to come in and bounce the ball again in exactly the same spot. So we've been playing nearly 20 minutes in this second quarter.
Bounce down. Bounce favours Matt Marinovic on that occasion. It comes down once again. A pack of players develop, and umpire Armstrong will come in and bounce it up. And certainly he's had to do a bit of work in that area. Has the central umpire here today in Matthew Armstrong.
Bounce down, 55 out from Bannockburn's goal. Maranovic and Moore gets the run in it. Good tap too, but chopped off there by Feldman. Kick back towards the wing. Dallahunt leading Jurek in the race for the ball. Left foot kicks too wide, I think it is. It's out of bounds on the full. And a free kick to Bellpost still at half back. It's going to be taken by Brett Feldman. Feldman now Kicks towards the centre of the ground. Roweth in front, Scooter from behind. Roweth stood his ground, took a mark. Handball to Matty East is good. Services him from 50, left foot kick wide towards Andrews. He led, he stood, he marked in front of Mark Hancock there, and the Drainer will have a chance for his second goal, and Bannockburn's third.
It's a better build-up by the Bannockburn team on that occasion. They left Shane Andrews all alone there, and he was able to contest in that situation one-on-one with Mark Hancock, and on that occasion Shane Andrews showing his dominance in being in front and also marking strongly. We'll shoot from 20 metres out. 45-degree angle coming in as Shane Andrews, stabs at it, but certainly nice kick off the boot in the end, and directs another major for the Bannockburn side as they move on the GDFL Bingo Centre scoreboard to 3-6, a total of 24 points, 5 points behind the Bellpost Hill team, who are 4-5-29.
21 minutes gone in this second quarter as we see coming onto the ground for Bellpost Hill, Jamie Cosick, and going off Tom Jurek. So a change there by Bellpost Hill on the half-forward line, or the wing position, actually, Cosick's going to now against Matty East. So, 5 points of difference. Bannockburn just withering down the deficit at the moment. Troy Shaw's in the ruck, giving more a rest, and he's against Moranovic, who gets a tap down towards Feldjack and Corey Flanagan. Kicked out by Ronnie Pilgrim to Cosick, who gets a handball to Scooter. They're pushing across to the outer side. Nathan Lewis leads Ronnie Pilgrim in the race for the ball. Short little kick towards half-forward, and Stossick against Nathan Rose there. And he's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in at half-forward outer side for Bellpost Hill. A bit of a mismatch there, and Stossick, the taller, against Nathan Rose, who had the job earlier on Sean Lewis. Wentworth now has the job on Sean Lewis. It'll be a boundary throw-in. Troy Shaw and Moranovic at half-forward. Coming over the back, Cook. Tap to the front, Matty East. Handball. Back towards Smith and also Delahunt. Kicks high, wide and Hanson back to centre half forward. Sean Lewis goes up, can't take the mark. Wentworth stood his ground. Stossick running across, can't trap it. Wentworth on hands and knees. Kick off the ground by Flanagan. McClure, tripped, can't pick it up. Matchovic can't pick it up either. Pressure from Colliger. That's Troy. Nathan McClure surrounded by Tigers. Matchovic ends up with the ball. Handball over the top to Jamie Cosick at half forward. Cosick now, he's free. Little right foot kick the lead from White. Good play, Broad. They're having a good tussle there. Who's first to recover? Getting back then helping out. Good play was Butch Shaw. Handball is good. Broad still under pressure though. Handball to Delahunt running through. Henderson all went without the ball. Stossick runs straight through now. Tries to handball out to Cook. Cook traps it. Gets through one. Handball to nobody in particular. Tapped out by Broad. Comes back to Wall. He's a left footer. He turns around. It gets there. Punched away by Paul Smith. It's still in though. Tapped through by Nathan Rose. David White worked very hard there, but it's going to be a rush behind to Bellpost Hill.
Very scrambly football in the forward line for the Bellpost Hill side, as neither player from either team could actually get control of it. But comes in from Christian Shaw now. Elects to go to the half-back flank, looking over there for Robbie Henderson, but he couldn't take the mark. Over the back of the pack was East, though. He gathers control, puts it onto his left boot, drives it up to Clinton Shaw at half-forward, and he takes a mark in front of that player up there in Nathan McClure. Clinton Shaw gives the ball off to centre half-forward and sees his coach over there in Stephen Winter, who quickly moves the ball on up to the full-forward line.
Good
up
mark.
and taking a strong mark there for the Bannockburn side is the player there who gave the old 1-2 in Clinton Shaw, and Clinton Shaw has taken a nice mark about 30 metres out for the Bannockburn side, and should post their fourth goal on the board here.
This is to tie up the scores. 4-6 plays 3-6. Clinton Shaw has one goal this afternoon already for Bannockburn. He comes in now from 20 metres out. McClure standing the mark, kicks through the ball.
Reliable kick for goalie. Clinton Shaw, and he puts his second goal on the board here for this afternoon, and that was well moved from full-back there. See, Christian Shaw actually, for the Bannockburn side, saw Robbie Henderson leading out from cross half-back, directed the ball to him. Over the back of the pack was Matthew East, and a relay kick down to Clinton Shaw, who set up that move with his coach, senior coach there in Stephen Winter, and in the end, Clinton Shaw finished it off nicely. 4 kicks down the end of the ground, and that's the best way home, is straight down through the middle of the ground.
Scores level here at Victoria Park. Bannockburn 4-6-30. Bellpost Hill 4-6-30. We've been playing 23.5 minutes in this second quarter. That's the GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard. Hope you're enjoying the coverage on 89.1 Country FM this afternoon. Back to the centre. Free kick found. It's going to go to Bannockburn. So one infringement apiece now. The free kick's going to go to Troy Shaw in the middle. One of the Bellpost Hill players off half-back ran into the square before the bounce down. So Troy Shaw now. Short to Paul Smith. Takes the mark uncontested. Kicks now towards the lead of Corrigan, who's on the ground. Can't take the mark. Carr wrapped up. Little kick towards Wall. Tries to tap it on. Matty East traps it. Close to the boundary line. Gets back into his favourite left boot. Or close to the boundary line again. Flanagan, is he going to be able to mark it inside? He is. He's right on the boundary line. He plays on quickly. The left foot kick. Great vision, is it? Sveljak in front. Troy Shaw tapped it. Handball to Wayne College to Ronnie Pilgrim, and Ronnie puts it through with his left boot. Great work, Bannockburn. They work very hard with the handballs, and Ronnie Pilgrim puts his second goal on the board, and they reclaim the lead again, Bannockburn.
Yeah, good vision by Corey Flanagan there when the ball was close to the boundary line. Before the umpire could actually blow time on, he elected to play on very quickly, saw his teammate across centre half forward, loose there in Troy Shaw. The ball was actually directed poorly to him, but Troy Shaw recovered quickly, punched the ball down to the ground. Ronnie Pilgrim recovered then and finished it off to the Bannockburn side.
Bannockburn 5, 6.36, Bell Post Hill 4, 6.30, 6 points of difference. The Tigers have the lead on the GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard. 25.5 minutes gone in this second term. Back to the centre, Troy Shaw and Moranovic going up. No, neither ruckman gets an effective tap there. Osborne handball to David Walls, very good. Sets him up, left foot kick wide towards Stosic, leading in the race of the ball. Nathan Rose coming out broad as well, making sure that it's out of bounds. It is. It's going to be a boundary throw-in about 35 metres around the Bell Post Hill goal. Close to half-time here at Victoria Park. And the home side have worked very hard in this second quarter to take the lead by 6 points. Stosic will do the ruck work for Bell Post Hill. Up there also Nathan Rose gets a big thump. Ronnie Pilgrim just threw it out towards Matty East and the boundary line, and the boundary line will win on that occasion. So the boundary umpire has a bit more work to do. So Stosic again with Paul Smith doing the ruck work, thrown in. Stosic gets his right hand to it. Speljack, who's worked very hard, gives it back to Cook. Chopped off by Wentworth, that handball. Wentworth goes towards the safety of the boundary line. McClure, though, keeps it in, gives it back to Sean Lewis, wrapped up by Smith. Held onto it for a long time. Ronnie Pilgrim handball over the top to Roweth. Tried to handball, then got rid of Wall, did he? Oh, too high. Bit lucky there, Roweth, but he got the free kick and pushed it up towards Troy Shaw, but Moranovic in front. Paid the mark. Vid Moranovic takes it on the wing.
He gets the ball up to the half-forward line. Up there looking for his teammates up forward there in the big fella in Stosic, but he couldn't take the mark. Comes down to ground level. Paul Wentworth lying over the ball on that occasion. Couldn't get it off, and the umpire's deemed to be holding the ball on that occasion. The free kick will be taken by Sean Lewis. Sees the lead from wide up forward. The ball's punched away from him by Alistair Broad. Kicked off the ground by Corey Flanagan. Only goes straight into the hands of Nathan Lewis. It didn't go 10 metres to line, but the umpire's paid it, and Nathan Lewis has the ball at about the 45-metre mark. Elects to go long to the goal square and sees the... Oh, nice kick by off that player's boot. Has gone carried all the way through, and a nice goal there to the Bell Post Hill side. And the player there in Nathan Lewis, and he brings up his first goal for the afternoon here at Victoria Park. As on the GDFL Bingo Centre scoreboard, we see the scores all tied up once again. Bell Post Hill and Bannockburn, 5 goals, 6.36 apiece. And we've been playing
27.5 minutes in this second term. So scores level again, a close match here, GDFL match of the day, round 15. And Nathan Lewis's first goal there. So the Lewis boys have contributed 3 this afternoon already. Moranovic and Shaw back in the middle. Moranovic trapped by Colliger on this occasion though. Little kick towards Winter. Could play Scooter to get back there and get a hand to it. Nathan Lewis is also back there at half back. Him and Winter fight for the ball out towards the half forward flank in the boundary line. And the boundary line wins on this occasion. And it's going to be a throw in at half forward for Bannockburn. Close to siren time here for half time. And a pretty close match for most of the day so far. Boundary throw in, Shaw and Moranovic. It's going to favour Moranovic. Coming over the back though, Christian Shaw. Cook traps it for Bell Post Hill, then ripped off the ball. They've got the numbers. One of them was Butch Shaw, gets his left foot back. Oh, good play, Corrigan. Read the play well there.
50, is it?
And Cameron Carr was in front of him there, Corrigan. Just used the flight of the ball there to a good mark. And Corrigan, who also started on the bench this afternoon for Bannockburn, will have a kick for goal about 30 metres out to put Bannockburn back in front. A quick reply for the Tigers here if Corrigan can put it through. Cameron Carr standing the mark. 5-6-36 apiece at the moment. Corrigan to come in with his right boot and kick for goal. And I think he's done so. Straight through the middle. The goal umpire does not move. Richie Corrigan has his first goal on the board, and he also has Bannockburn 6. They go to 6-6-42. And they lead Bell Post Hill by that Richard Corrigan goal now, who are 5-6-36. That's on the GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard, and it's very close to siren time. We've been going 29 minutes in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice kick off the boot there by Richie Corrigan, and certainly a much-needed goal to the Bannockburn side as they are wanting to assert some supremacy in this game, but Bell Post Hill fighting very hard and keeping in the contest. But a good reply, quick reply there by the Bannockburn side. Troy Shaw in the middle. Let's see if we can outleap Vid Moranovic in this contest back in the centre of the ground. We see Osborne also and Brett Feldman in there with also Tommy Sveljak. Up goes Troy Shaw. Doesn't get the knockout on this occasion as it goes to Marinovic, but it comes out to Colliger. He pushes the ball over to the advantage of Paul Smith there, runs towards the boundary line. Players from both sides trying to keep the ball in before it went over the boundary line. One of them was the captain of the Belpost Hill side in David Wall, but he couldn't do so on that occasion, and the ball was pickled over the boundary line right in front of our commentary box here at Victoria Park. Troy Shaw to get the front position. Does so on this occasion. Over the back of the pack he takes it, but he drops it once again. Slapped out there by Corey Flanagan. Over to the advantage of Troy Collier. He gets knocked off the footy there. Comes over now to Tommy Sveljak. The crowd yells ball as the umpire comes in and says that was held to him on that occasion by Corey Flanagan, and I will have it on and put it down.
Well, he was very lucky there. He should have been holding the ball. Marinovic goes up with Flanagan and Shaw. Flanagan brought the ball out of the ruck contest, but there's the siren for half-time. And, well, Bannockburn, they're fought back. They're 6-6-42, and they lead Belpost Hill, who are 5-6-36 in that quarter. Belpost Hill, 1 goal 4, and Bannockburn 5 goals 2. So a good quarter there for the home side, the Tigers. The goal kickers to date for Bannockburn, Ronnie Pilgrim has 2 and Clinton Shaw has 2, while Shane Andrews has 1. For Belpost Hill, Sean Lewis has 2 goals, David White 1, Nathan Lewis 1, and Tom Jurek 1 also.
And Richie Corrigan for the Bannockburn side, I think has got 1. He got that last
Corrigan
one.
Also did. Yep, he's the last goal there to put Bannockburn in front by 6 points. Some better players in that second quarter. Well, Bannockburn had a lot more. Their midfield started to work a little bit harder. Christian Shaw worked very hard. Paul Smith off the half-back flank worked very hard against Brett Feldman through most of that quarter and worked very hard into the midfield. Ron Pilgrim, 2 goals, and Clinton Shaw, 2 goals have been focal points for the Bannockburn Tigers. Darren Ralph, as we said during the call, has also been pretty good so far. Has been a bit of a live wire across half-forward when he came onto the ground. Peter Moore had a rest there at the end for Troy Shaw. He's worked pretty hard against Vid Maranovic, who's probably just taken the points for Belpost Hill. Also, Stephen Winner has been pretty influential and running through Wayne College. Troy College has probably been a little bit out of it, but he needs to. Corey Flanagan's also been a very good player for Bannockburn. For Belpost Hill, well, a few players went out of it a bit there. Brad Martin didn't have as much of the ball, neither did Brett Osborne, but Tom Sveljak still working hard. Sean Lewis was working hard, as was Nathan Lewis. David White's providing the focal point at full forward that Belpost Hill need. David Wall was working hard also. And Christian Scooter across half-back for Belpost Hill. So any other players there you can see, Chris?
Yeah, Nathan Lewis for Belpost Hill on their wing set up many of their forward moves and has been a very consistent player for them in the first half, as was, I thought, Vid Marinovic. He's certainly winning a lot of the ruck contests there and directing it down to his smaller brigade in Tommy Sveljak and also the other player there in Brett Osborne. But at half-time, 6-point advantage to the Bannockburn side. Both teams are finding it hard to gain control of the footy and in trying to pick the ball up and give the ball off effectively to a teammate. But that could have been due to the pressure, but certainly wouldn't have due to any of the conditions, because the conditions here are quite fine. There's very little breeze, and but both teams finding it hard to handle the ball, both hand and foot, and we've seen a number of mistakes made and a number of turnovers caused. But at half-time, Bannockburn leading us hold a slender margin. It's by 6 points. Certainly nowhere near the dominance that they've displayed so far in the season, and will need to step up a little bit, I'm quite sure, after half-time if they're going to go in as comfortable victors here today, which I know that they've set themselves.
Bannockburn 6-6-42 lead, Belpost Hill 5-6-36. We'll go back to the studio for a little bit of a musical interlude. Give us a break here at Victoria Park. We'll be back with all the action of the second half after this on 89.1 Country FM Football.